It's nice this morning because you can hear the crows and it's like brighter outside. And anyway, it's been a long time coming for the spring here, so I'm really happy to see it. I can't find my glasses, so it's gonna be I'm gonna rely on my memory for a lot of the meanings of the cards, but it shouldn't be too bad. Like it's not my first rodeo, I guess. Anyway, hopefully I'll find them soon because a lot of today's life involves small print, so that's it's going to be interesting. I hope I find them. Well, I have my new glasses coming soon. Maybe they're coming today, and this is like some kind of sign, like you don't need those anymore. You got these new glasses, but anyway, and it'll be interesting to see people's reactions because I really went to the wall with these frames. They're pretty like in your face, on your face. Okay, so well, what's the point? And like when I look at these cards, they look like fuzzy. They look clear now because they're farther away. But anyway, so this reading's kind of amazing. Like yesterday, I was seeing the energies of the masculine and feminine weaving together. Sorry, I just woke up. And yeah, so you can sort of see what's happening now, like in like daily life or what, as old news, as like an old creation, and then what you're working on creating in the higher dimensions with your loved ones, or your partner, your future partner, is being worked on and will come down. So it's like a weird, if you have awareness of what's happening in higher dimensions, it can be frustrating. Sometimes it's like, well, I saw you propose, so it's like, oh, where is it? Or I thought we were going to take this trip, or I thought you were going to bring dinner over, but then you didn't call, or whatever. Like you can feel very strongly like that something's made elsewhere, in a higher dimension, but it hasn't like found its way here in like Lego land, whatever, where everything has to be like objects and real and stuff. So this kind of stuff, seeing the Emperor and the Ten of Cups together, it's like, what? Like it's like virtually getting slapped in the face with like awesome. It's like he's on it, and he's like, it's all here, like he wants it all, and like it's all good, and like total, he's the most mature version of the masculine energy, is offering complete fulfilled love, like partnership love, like okay, I'll take that. And then on top of which, from my deck, it's like, let's have some fun together and possible proposal. And I mean, Emperor, Ten of Cups proposal, like pretty strong message, if you ask me. And then we have Opal, which is joy. I mean, come on. I'm gonna really try to read this, but this is like being at the eye doctor. I can see Opal and joy, but then what is that? My and sings the sources. Anyway, heart? No, that's not long enough to be heart. Anyway, whatever. Opal, like, Opal's great. It's got like everything going on. Everything's like, yes, I'm so happy I can't even choose a color to be. Like, I'm just gonna be everything. Ah. So it's like a pretty nice feeling, I would say. And this one too, like this was like, we are the world. Like uh it looks like Earth through a fisheye lens. Anyway, this is Shatakite. Teacher, okay, I can see that. I have the divine wisdom of the universe within me, and I openly share it with the world. Yeah, that's pretty good. I could read that. So it's like I learned a lot of stuff, and I'm ready to like voice that. There's a lot of like blue going on here. Passion, communication going on in this Shatakite. So it's like you're ready to bring it forward. You're ready to like be in this joy, to like finally like suggest having fun and like maybe even committing in a nice manner. And because you're feeling like totally mature, you know what you want, you're in your power because you want the 10 of cups. It's like, no, I want total satisfaction. I don't want the 7 of cups where I have like all these options and it's like I'm gonna date 7 people at once and whatever, and just have like 7 somewhat satisfactory flawed experiences. It's like, no, I just want the whole thing with one person where we both come forward in total maturity, and then we offer each other the last 2 cups, and we're fulfilled together. Like, that's pretty awesome. Really, I don't know if you can get that. You can get better than that. There's some more cards though. I'm just gonna think for a second about the energies today because I hadn't done that yet. Okay, so right off the bat, like I get that communication is possible, and it might not be like this masculine energy might not be known for being a wordsmith or like particularly poetic or not someone who can like paint a scene with their words to like help. Whatever. It's no Shakespeare, is what I'm saying. And but it's like that same kind of like, here I am. I mean, in the past I've picked up that the divine masculine has a bit of like a caveman, like, I want this, like like you now, that kind of very basic form of communication has been sufficient for them as up until now. But like when you're dealing with the divine feminine, it's like, well, she brought her game up, her, any gender, but her game up pretty high, and he's had to do all this work to bring himself up to match that, like reluctantly, but then he sort of got into harnessing his powers and raising his standards too now. So now he's like making it, he at least has the awareness that like being brusque isn't gonna cut it. So it's like there's a certain amount of like sort of shy, like, okay, here I'm making an effort here, like I'm talking, like, but there's no like attitude. I feel like it feels attitude free. It feels like it's like putting cream in your coffee, it's like just mellows it out. So whatever he's gonna say just kind of mellows out the situation, and that's nice. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Okay, so then we have from the Esther and Jerry Hicks collection. Oh my gosh. Okay, for people just tuning in now, like I can't find my glasses, so I'm doing my best here. My happiness is my greatest gift to others. Okay. Selfishly seek joy because your joy is the greatest gift you can give to anyone. Unless you are in your joy, you have nothing to give anyway. I mean, you have stuff to give if you're not in joy, but it's not fun or very nice, right? People do that all the time. But being in your joy is like good for you and it's good for everybody else. And you could argue that if you're having to say goodbye to some people, it doesn't serve them or you to like keep suffering. And like it's like just because you smiled at someone once doesn't mean you like have to be there every day to smile at them like for the rest of eternity. Like you can, you know what I mean? You need to follow your own guidance, like, you know, walk up your own rainbow. And you being in your joy like sets a nice energy for at least someone's in joy, right? Like it's good. It's better than everyone being crabby and like, you know, making the grocery store seem really like unglamorous and no fun, that kind of thing. But like, let's say you went to the grocery store and everyone was in their joy. They weren't necessarily like staying with their exes, you know, but they're just happy. They're like they're in their joy. And it's more fun to go grocery shopping when people are happy. And it's more of a gift than staying in some rotten kind of template that doesn't serve you, whether it's like relationship or like just a societal box you know allowed yourself to be put into for fear of security, whatever thing, you know. So it's kind of on you, like I say in all these videos, to connect with source, like really try to open your intuition, you know, clear your channels and all that jazz, so that you can feel your guidance and do what you ought, so that you're not like always slipping down the snakes and ladders, slide down to start again. You know, you want to make some progress, and sometimes that means like not fulfilling some people's manipulative wishes. And yeah, so you can just be, it's like I always go back to this comparison. I don't know why. Maybe because I like deer, or like the times I've seen deer in the woods, they were just like impressive. So it's kind of like the deer in the woods. It's like just because the deer looks so beautiful and peaceful and just in their own zone, you know, in the woods, doesn't mean you need to like adopt them as a pet, or, you know, like you can just be like, wow, like a deer, you know, like, or what's another example, like a whale, like a, you know, most people don't have the means to keep a whale captive. Why would you want to? But you can just be like, oh my gosh, this whale, like, you know, came near the boat and it looked at me and I looked at, you know, I was like, you don't have to like own the whale. So you don't have to, just because someone's in their joy and awesome and beautiful and whatever, like let them be in their joy and let yourself be in your joy, so that you're not, it's not become like, it's not this dangerous thing of like, oh my gosh, like if I show how cool I am, then this person's gonna want to build like a ocean cage for me, and I'm gonna be this whale stuck in this cage, and then this partner is gonna like bring all their friends over and go like, look at this whale I have. And you know, and then you're just not this, it's not the same. and then the whale gets depressed, and it's like a whole other thing then. So you don't want to get into that like trapped energy, or like number one, you got to like connect with source and be the most awesome version of you possible, and then you'll be guided to hang out with, work with, be in a relationship with people that match that and who don't want to cause you any harm or stress, who have their own thing going on, who, and they don't need to make an ocean cage for you because you're willingly wanting to spend time with them. It's not like the whole thing. Anyway, so why did I even talk about that? Oh yeah, joy. Because joy is like a choice. Excuse me, it's a choice. I feel like you can kind of get hit up with joy. It's like, whoa, if you're out in nature, or just like the sun is shining, and it has like in Montreal, it hasn't been shining for 6 months, and then it shines on you, and at first you might be like, no, you're not used to the light, but then it feels great, and it just kind of mellows you out. And there's that kind of joy, but then there's the joy where you could have been previously running this like broken record of like everybody sucks, and being really, it's just looking down this one kind of hole at life, and then finally you decide like forget it, like that all of that like shatters and falls apart, and I'm seeing more now, and I'm allowing joy in, I'm allowing love in, and I'm allowing. And then once you're in that allowing space, then like beautiful, like kind of miraculous things can come into this space where previously there was you were like the judge, jury, and executioner about like everything. And that's not so fun. So when you choose to be in joy, you're helping everybody. And like I told a client yesterday, it's not your responsibility to solve. I mean, like being a parent is one thing, okay? Like there's responsibility there. But like in a love relationship situation, it's like if it's not working and neither of you are in joy, and you need to like choose joy and be in that, and then like the universe will kind of Tetris the rest. Yeah. People gotta like take responsibility for their own happiness, and you have to choose to not be like the judge, jury, and executioner in your life. Like it's your job to tune to the right station, or subscribe to the universal cable provider that has all the stations instead of just two lame ones. Okay. I'm like, really, it's a bit early for me. I think I'm a bit like whatever. Also, I have no glasses here, so it's an issue. All right, because someone's been staying up all night just going like, what have I done? What? In regards to like there's a pink blanket, like in regards to love, I feel. It's like, why did I make my world so crowded and so many people talking to me, and it's all just been like one painful lesson after the other. Like, when will it end? And it's like, what are we at, 9? Yeah. So it's like, it's not quite the end of that cycle, but it's just like, you're just like, I can't take it anymore. And then judgment called, like, I was going to make a horn sound, but I'm being kind to you by not doing that. You can imagine that happened though. Yeah, to resurrect something, it's like, okay, you thought you buried this situation, this like possible love situation, family. But it's like, no, I'm going to open that up and you're going to have to look at that again. And we're going to have to go over this, like, resurrect that instead of just like distracting yourself with like multi-texting or like online dating, like all these conversations going at once, and it's just like, like, who are these people? It's like, come on, let's get, like, what do you really want? Maybe you want a little bit of love, stability, family, maybe. That would be nice. Because like this was going on, right? But then the universe came in like flapping its wings with the larger than life. I don't know if I can't call that a trumpet. It's like there's a word for that. Anyway, my association with brass instruments ended in grade 8. No, I had a saxophone in high school. Okay, so in high school, I don't. Anyway, it's like right on the tip of my tongue. I can't think of this. Clarion. Anyway, so it's, yeah. The universe came in, and like you would have been fine, like doing this all the time, like keep talking to everybody. It's like, oh, I got all this stuff going on. Look at me, I'm so cool. But then you're like, this sucks. And then the universe is like, enough, okay? Like, stop. Like, no. Okay? And you're like, check, like, look. Everybody's gotta stand and be counted. And you, like, there could be happiness and joy if this thing that you are like complicating with too many characters and doubts and too much mental anguish, you know, you can resurrect this thing. Okay, now this one's going to be more difficult for me because this, I have half a mind to give this deck to a friend who was like, whoa, I love this deck, but it's like, because I can't say like I love this deck, but it's interesting. Sometimes I get annoyed at like I studied art, right? So, and this is drawn, so it's like sometimes doesn't appeal to my aesthetic sensibility. Okay, so okay, oh my gosh, I really have to try to see this. So it's the 7 of Cups, and we see these two. This would be a very good time to have my glasses handy because the meanings are always different. 7 of Cups. Oh, well, I know what 7 of Cups means. Okay. But it looks like it means something else in this instance. And then we have the 8 of Swords. Okay. So because I use like 5 or 6 decks here, I find like each deck is bringing like a different aspect of the message and clarification of that thing. So what, similarly to these guys, you know, he's been going around sort of casually being with different people. Yeah, and communicating with a lot of like different people and stuff. And but I kind of feel like if we look at this guy's expression, of course I can't see it perfectly clearly, but nonetheless, from my blurry vision, it seems to me that like he's just doing it. Like he's not like really into it. It's like, oh, female, or like, you know, someone with me. Okay, now I press play, you know. And then there's like some sort of danger slash anticipation, stress, excitement towards like the newness of like all these people, but it's like in the end it's not satisfying from what I pick up. And it's creating a bit of paranoia, I feel, for the masculine about like, and like in this card it's like he's worried about like what's around the corner. Like, see that figure hiding behind the curtain? It's like, what's next? Like, I don't like, you know. And I think he, I'm just gonna say he, but I'm talking about the masculine. It's just like causing him so much anguish to be carrying on in this manner, and it's not like cool, or it's not a good look on him. So that's why it's like it's appropriate for spirit to come in and just be like, stop, okay, like enough, like resurrect this thing you thought you left for dead. I'm not gonna finish that thought just to be like heavy. I mean, okay, so there's, if we are to like review, so we have the masculine coming out of this cycle of just like using and abusing, sort of being the community love maker person, and it just not bringing satisfaction, and it bringing actually like torment, so that judgment has to come in and just be like, stop already, like, and blowing this horn of like thoughts and memories and stuff of like this relationship that he thought he left for dead, but that actually like really he cares about, and he was burying underneath all this like these other ways of living that were not suitable. And because now he's mature and he wants to like make a full on offer of love, and he's going to make an effort to make it fun for the feminine, because now he wants to be in joy and be like sparkling everything at once, because he's learned and he's ready to communicate that to the feminine and everyone else. It's like, you know what, I'm doing this now and I'm cool with it. So that's pretty great. Like, maturity's fun. Like, I'm into that. Yeah, so I hope everybody has a really great Saturday and that you enjoyed this message. I truly hope that I have found some pair of glasses for the next reading. I'm just gonna like, I feel like people want me to send a bit of energy, so I'll do that for a sec. Yeah, I feel like people are really seeking kind of awareness and connection, and it's good that you're taking the time to watch people's videos on that subject instead of watching like Dragon's Den or whatever. Like the way you choose to spend your time like dictates how your life goes, right? So it's good that I feel like a lot of people are seeking that kind of information and upgrading. And don't feel too buried by emotional storms and collections of energies that you haven't yet found a way to disperse. Just if you keep reaching for those like higher, better feelings, and by higher I don't mean like using drugs whatsoever. I feel like someone may have wanted to run with that, but like when you look of places to put your mind, you can like think of fearful things, and that feels kind of hard, and like or you could think of joy, and it's like, oh, lighter, and then you could like try to go beyond joy, where it's like, I don't even know what that feeling is, but it's beyond awesome. Like, you want to kind of hang out there, and that kind of stuff repels the negative stuff. It just doesn't have a place to cling to, because it's like, yeah, I can't, it's like too high, I can't reach that and grab onto it and pull it down. So don't despair. People get through stuff, and it's good that you're reaching out and even virtually, and it's like you're on a good path. Okay. All right. Have a good day.